What's up, guys, and welcome back to Giant Perspectives. I'm your host, Riley, joined by my co-host, Caleb.
What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be talking about Giant questions. It's going to be a Q&A section of the episode. We're going to start it off there. After that, we're going to talk about the Giants' loss today, where that puts us in the draft, what's going on in the front office, if Malik Nabers deserves Offensive Rookie of the Year, and how he got snubbed from the Pro Bowl. We're going to talk about the schedule next season and the draft and the offseason to end off the video.
All right, we're going to start it off with Giant questions. You guys asked us a couple questions on our Instagram, and we picked two of the best ones. The first question is Giants' record prediction next season. The Giants have a very tough schedule next season. We have one of the hardest, if not the hardest, home schedule. And from what we've seen this year, we really can't do anything at home. We can't even compete. I think we only scored like 4 touchdowns total at home all season, maybe 5.
God, it was 4.
Yeah, at least we got 4. At least we got 4. It could have been worse, I guess, but God. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to give us the benefit of the doubt and say we pull out a couple of them. I'm going to say we go 6-11. 6-11. What do you think?
I think we could go 6. We could go 6-11. I just don't.
It's such a low bar. It's pathetic.
That's a low bar, but that's better than what it was this year.
Yeah, it's better than 3 wins, you know.
But at that point, do we even go 6-11, or do we just get draft picks, dude?
Man, this team, man. It's like we're already looking forward to next year. We have this tough schedule. Unless we have a killer offseason.
The schedule is not like... I'm not even just bitching because I'm a Giants fan. The next season is going to be tough, dude. We got one of the hardest schedules I think I've seen in years for the Giants.
There's not one game on there that maybe it's Chicago. Okay, Chicago. Outside of that, bro,
not even that. They really... bro,
They got more, playmakers than we do, for sure. I mean, it's not even close.
Every game, there's not going to be a game where we know we can win. You know what I'm saying? Sucks, but we're gonna if we want to even compete in some of these games, we're gonna have to have a crazy offseason.
We're gonna have to draft a quarterback or get somebody that can really compete. We're gonna have to get some O-linemen. We're gonna have to get some people in the secondary because everybody is toast. Not everybody, but mostly everybody. We need to get a cornerback 1 to put next to Banks because Banks cannot do it, man. Just from today, it was just I can't watch Banks play cornerback 1 every week. I just can't do it. We need to get someone.
This is the second week in a row. It's only our second episode.
It's every single week. That dude is cheeks.
And he's just nothing new. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that guy is cheeks. All right, we're going to move on to the next question.
The next question we got was Milroe in the second round. I know we brought this up last week, but I think Milroe in the second round is an absolute steal.
I'm more concerned the Giants are going to take him in the first and reach on him.
And that's the main problem, honestly. Is I've seen a lot of those mock drafts. I've seen a lot of them where it says the Giants take him and when we had the 4th pick, it said take him at 4th, and I don't agree with that at all. No. He doesn't have an arm yet. That's a QB. That's a big if. You need to be able to develop him. If you can develop him, he will be a great quarterback. But there's a big if there. Milroe's a great second round pick, but we also need the developers to get him to where he needs to be because the arm he's got now, dude, he ain't doing nothing in the NFL. I'm not even trying to be disrespectful. I mean, he could be a running back in the NFL, but he needs to fix that arm first, dude.
No, I don't think. I think he can fix his arm. The thing is with Jalen Milroe is you can go out there and look at a guy let's just pick any guy, for example, like J.J. McCarthy. I see fans want to trade for J.J. McCarthy. You can't coach the amount of athleticism that Jalen Milroe has in him into a guy like J.J. McCarthy or a guy like Michael Penix or somebody that just doesn't have that, speed or that athleticism. It's just you can coach a guy, you can teach a guy how to read a defense, you can teach a guy to throw ball, but you can't teach somebody that he's going to go to the combine, he's going to run a 4.3, he's going to sling some balls, his draft stock is going to go like this. And I have a feeling the Giants are going to reach for him in the first round. All right, moving on. We're going to talk about how the Giants went out there today and lost to the Eagles' third-string players. I don't think I've seen anything more pathetic in my life, but I'm happy that we lost because I want the draft pick. I know some fans want to win, and I'm not hating on you for that, but I just, with how bad the season's been, I don't want to get another meaningless win. That would just irritate the shit out of me, honestly. So we lost, and kind of going back, we were talking about with Jalen Milroe. I just want to dive into this real quick about the draft position. Right now, the draft position is 1, it's Tennessee. So we got Tennessee, Cleveland at 2, and the Giants at 3. Both of those teams ahead of us need a quarterback. So with the Giants at 3 now, I could see number 1, let's just say Cam Ward goes number 1 to the Titans. Number 2, let's say Shedeur goes to the Browns. And then who's left? The Giants are going to reach on a quarterback, just like we were talking about with Milroe like a couple minutes ago. I really do think the Giants are going to reach for Milroe and take him in the first round. That's my early prediction. And that's gonna piss me off, man. It really is. But that's what I think is gonna happen. They're just gonna try to secure their guy. I think he's gonna go to the combine, like I said, light it up. And I think that's what this loss got us. That win we picked up against the Colts the other week, that really screwed us, man. It really screwed us. We could have the first pick right now. I have no idea how you go out against the Colts and drop 45, and you can't even drop 20 against the Eagles' third stringers. Like what? How?
I almost question if we started tanking after a certain point in the game, because Brian Daboll doesn't go for anything, and then
he's got Malik Neighbors on the sideline.
We're going for stuff. Malik Neighbors is on the sideline. It was almost like an obvious kind of.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Obvious tank, and I don't think it was. It looked like, if you look at the score, it was like, oh, that was pointless. The Giants just lost to the Eagles' third string, but I don't really think we were all about the win like we said in days before.
Still, though, Drew Lock had 30 passing yards at halftime, and there was definitely times where he looked like he was trying.
I mean, yeah, Drew Lock only goes off one game of the season. Nobody's going to expect Drew Lock to go off again.
I didn't expect that. I didn't expect him to go crazy, but I didn't expect. I don't know. I'm not upset that we lost. I'm happy that we lost, like I said, but it was just, I don't know, man. It's just, I expected us to do better than that. It was just a really awful game to watch. There was not really anything enjoyable, like, at all. Like, at least if you can go out and lose, like, at least give us something to be happy about. Like, maybe, like, we put up a lot of points. But the other team did too. Like, I don't know. That was just a boring, classic Giants game. And to make it even worse.
There was something to be happy about, actually. Malik Neighbors broke Steve Smith's franchise record for receptions.
And he did do that.
A pretty nice touchdown today.
Oh yeah, he did have a cool tutty. I'll take back what I said. There was a couple moments in the game that were worth watching. Like, Malik Neighbors did break Steve Smith's record for the Giants, so he now holds the all-time all-time receptions record.
It's all-time receptions record, and he did that in his rookie season.
Man.
And he did it. He missed 2 games, 3 games.
Yeah, he missed 2 games, and he did it with 4 quarterbacks that all of them probably shouldn't even be on a team in the NFL. Let's not even get into the quarterbacks. They're just not good.
We need to fix the quarterback situation, but Jalen Milroe in the first round, dang it.
Yeah, no, I don't think so either.
Diving into the next topic, we're going to talk about draft position for a little bit. We're gonna talk about who we should get. If the Browns are they really set on getting a quarterback this year? They just restructured Deshaun Watson's contract. Maybe they keep him for another year.
Maybe they get a weapon for him.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe they get a weapon for him, and maybe they wait till next year's quarterback class, because everybody knows this year's quarterback class is not that great.
The Browns are one of those teams, too, I could see. Maybe they trade down, get a whole bunch of stuff. That would suck, because if the Browns trade down, then whoever's trading up is going to get the quarterback.
I feel like it would be the Raiders. We've been talking about that for the past few days. I feel like the Raiders would trade the house, like you've been saying. They would trade the house absolutely for Shedeur Sanders. They really like that dude.
I think the Giants. I think if we're being honest, if I had to put a percent level on it, I think there's like an 80% chance that we screwed ourselves out of a top 2 quarterback, being Shedeur and Cam. I don't think we're gonna get one of those guys, but you never know. You never know what can happen. Maybe the Giants are desperate and they even try to. We've seen the Giants trade up 1 spot in the past. They traded up 1 spot to get Deonte Banks. Remember when they drafted him in the first round? They traded up 1 spot to get him. Yeah. It's unheard of, but it happens. The Giants could trade up 1 spot to go up and get their quarterback. If the Browns are really interested.
And to swap with the Browns, we really don't need to give them the house for the second and third pick. That's something that could very well happen.
And they could still get there. That's the thing, when you move back 1 spot, you know if the Browns weren't going to take a quarterback. Like, let's say you're the general manager of the Browns. You know you're not going to take a quarterback, right?
Yeah.
So let's say you want this. Let's say Travis Hunter falls to the Browns, which he probably will.
I mean, dude, they got McMillan on the board and everything at that point.
Let's just say they want Travis Hunter for the sake of this, right? You got Travis Hunter on the board. You know that the Giants are offering you, even if it's just an extra 2nd-round pick, you know you're going to get that player 100% because you're only moving down 1 spot. You don't have to take that risk of moving from, 2 to 5 or 2 to 4. and having somebody get your guy, you can 100% still get your guy, and you just get that extra draft capital. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So the Giants would move up and get their quarterback. The Browns, in this example, would move down one spot, get an extra second, maybe even a third, depending on what the Giants offer to move up. But that's what I could see happening, because the Browns would be guaranteed who they want to get still.
Yeah. These are big if situations, though, and right now, currently, we are third pick in the draft. So, in doomsday scenario, Tennessee picks up Cam Ward, Cleveland picks up Shedeur, or vice versa. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who do the Giants get? Because I don't think Jalen Milroe is the move first round. I think we reached for a cornerback. You know what I'm saying? Who's the one guy?
Will Johnson.
Will Johnson's a dog, dude.
Will Johnson is great. He's got his comp is Pat Surtain, and I think just getting a guy like that on our team would be amazing for just the culture, being able to go out there and just know that you have a shutdown corner. He's one of those surefire guys I think is going to step in and be an instant impact. Like, the only thing is could you maybe trade down with, I don't know, say somebody else who's desperate to come up and get somebody, and then maybe you could still get him at, I don't know, 7 or 8, and then you could pick up an additional second or third, because we need picks, bro. We need as much stuff as we can get.
But right now, like, I don't know, with the third round, like, if we don't trade at all, which honestly, I don't really know what's going on with Joe Schoen, but honestly, I could see him just not making moves in the draft like that. Like, it's either we get him, or I think we could get McMillan. We could get there's a few players. There's a lot of players on the board with the third pick.
Do you really see the Giants taking? I would love for us to get McMillan. You know, if those top 2 guys are off the board. But the thing is, to me, we just took Malik Neighbors with the 6th pick last year. I just can't see us, going out there and getting another receiver this time in the top 3. Like, to me, that's just bad management. I feel like that's just like, does it set you up for the future well at your receiving core? But I think they need to take a defensive player. I just feel like you can't take two receivers back-to-back years in the top 5. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just not a good draft strategy.
So then, yeah, absolutely, I do agree with that, because we did already find our wide receiver 1 last draft. It would be kind of stupid to draft somebody else who would be like a wide receiver 1 position. Absolutely, and especially we need to get Deonte Banks help. We need to move him right back to cornerback too. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but dude, it's not working.
No,
it's just not working at all. And if we get Deonte Banks help, then he could be good just like he was in his rookie season.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Get somebody that can play cornerback 1, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we discussed all that in last week's episode, how Banks, would be going from playing on wide receiver 1s to wide receiver 2s if we were able to get a, cornerback 1, and we can move Banks over, and just like he was performing well in his rookie year, so hopefully he can get back there if we can get another corner. I think Will Johnson in the first round would be great, but man, does it suck to miss out on these top 2 quarterbacks. I really hope that one falls to us, but I wouldn't be upset with Will Johnson at all. I think he's going to be a great player. All right, next up, we're going to talk about the New York Giants front office situation. Should the Giants clean the house following this loss? I just saw something posted that the Patriots fired their head coach, Gerard Mayo, following their terrible season. So what is stopping the Giants from doing it? This was Gerard Mayo's first year. He didn't have a good roster at all. You could argue the Giants roster might even be a little bit better than the Patriots, and Gerard Mayo got fired. So, yeah, it might be coming out anytime. Now, I keep checking my phone to see if maybe something drops while we're recording this, but not yet. Nothing has came out yet. But as far as Joe Schoen, I from all the reports I'm hearing, I think Shane, whatever the hell, that guy stinks. But I think he's gonna stay. That's just what I've.
But why? This dude hasn't drafted a Pro Bowler.
Yeah,
he let Saquon and McKinney go. He let them walk out the door. Like, that was disgusting. Saquon gets picked up by the Eagles.
They just needed both.
And becomes a game changer. Dude, this dude's about to break the record for most rushing yards ever by a running back.
McKinney, didn't he lead the league in pick? Oh, he might have had it taken like the last week by Kirby Joseph, but
it doesn't matter what.
The
first 6 weeks, didn't he have a pick?
I mean, he has more interceptions than the whole Giants team combined.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's.
And he was a big.
I think they both
big centerpiece of our defense too.
Yeah.
He definitely brought the bond together in our defense a lot.
McKinney was one of our leaders for sure, and I don't know, just letting him go, letting Saquon go, which was literally the leader of our offense. It was never Daniel Jones.
Without a doubt, the leader of our offense,
the
face of our team.
You wonder why Giants had such a terrible season this year, and it's It's that right there. They have no leaders on this team. Who's the leader of this offense?
And it's all because of the front office.
Who's the leader of this defense? Like, you could say it's Dexter Lawrence, but it's not. He's never really been the, Dexter Lawrence is a great guy and he's an amazing player, but he's not one of those, like, as far as from what I've seen, I'm not in the locker room, but from what I've seen, he's not one of those, like, hype you up guys like McKinney was. Like, McKinney's going to be the guy in the middle of the circle, hyping everyone up, screaming. Same with Saquon. Like, he was that type of player. And I don't know, the Giants don't really have that type of player anymore on either side of the ball. I mean, I've seen it a little bit from Tyrone Tracy, but not enough. And it's just they don't have a leader. Even if it was Tracy, he's not. He's a rookie. You can't really be a huge leader as a rookie. You know what I'm saying? You got to establish yourself first.
If the front office doesn't get fired, we need to make some moves and get our groove back or something, because things aren't working, dude. Just like you said, it's like nobody's. We don't have any big players like that really, like that is our big contribution to the team. I don't know, like we have good players and stuff. Malik Neighbors is our best player, but it's just like,
I'd say Dexter Lawrence is our best player.
I mean, Dexter Lawrence, like he was really good throughout the season, but dude, he gets doubled every single play. It's
I still think he's
in next season, very possibly too, because he's dealing with a lot of injuries and stuff with that shoulder. In the next season, when he's getting doubled every play, this could be like an Aaron Donald type of thing. He's getting older.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. But one thing I do think, though, is he just had his career best year, bro.
Yeah.
He had his career best year. He's only getting better. And the thing is with Dexter is, like, his wife is like is a personal chef. And she cooks him, like, the best food ever. So, like, he's not ever going to get out of shape. Some of these players, as they get older, they might not take it as serious. They might, let their bodies go a little bit. Not Dex. He's only shown that to this point he's gotten just stronger as he's gotten older, bro. And I just have he's still not old. He's only, like, 26, 27.
I mean, yeah.
What
was it today? Or not today, but what was it this season? He had to get the rotator cuff surgery? Is that what it was?
I don't remember off the top of my head. I have to do some more research on that. But, yeah. I hope he's back in time for next season. That would be.
Yeah, he definitely will be. He got it because he got it in the middle of the season, so that he would be. He definitely, because good players like that, you know what I'm saying. When there's nothing going on in the season.
I just want to loop back real quick and ask you this, Cabe. So, if it was up to you, if you were John Mara, would you fire Brian Daboll or Joe Schoen or both of them? What would it be?
You can't. If you're gonna fire one, fire the other. We need to clean house or just keep them and give them one more chance. And that honestly sounds ridiculous. After this season, we should have done a clean house in the middle of the season. When things were already hitting the fan and shit hit the fan, there were terrible moves made in the front office in the offseason last season. We should have done a clean house in the middle of the season. We should have done a clean house a while ago. I don't know why it's even still a question, honestly.
I mean, when you got planes,
honestly, I really like Brian Daboll, and I do think he's a great coach. It's just things just aren't working for the Giants. And
when you got planes flying over your stadium, saying like that's enough, fire everyone, Mara. That's embarrassing. Yeah. It just is embarrassing, and it's time. It's time. If that was ever the case, and I was the owner, if I even got a glimpse of that plane, they're gone, man. That's embarrassing. That's national media headlines in the newspapers because you're in New York. Everyone's seeing that.
That's never happened to another team, dude.
That's embarrassing, bro. They just need to.
Oh, just like this season's record is the worst record we have had in all 100 years of franchise history.
Yeah, Giants 100. Let's go. In our 100th season, we go out there and this is what we show. That's embarrassing, bro. This whole thing. Such a terrible year. And then to top it off, we can't even get the first pick. We screw ourselves out of it. In the worst season in franchise history, we still can't even manage to get the one thing we needed. This is awful,
it gets
bro.
much worse than that.
No, it doesn't.
Saucy.
Moving into our next topic, we're going to talk about Malik Neighbors. Obviously, our season's over, so we got a few things to talk about with him. He's definitely proved that he's our wide receiver one. Mm-hmm. Definitely proved he's a franchise player. We need to keep him around. Joe Schoen. But I think Neighbors is definitely in question for offensive rookie of the year, like without a doubt. He missed 2 games, 1,200 receiving yards, and 100. What did he finish off with today?
Exactly.
It was over 1,200 receiving yards. I'm pretty sure last week he had 1,140. But
I'm not sure exactly, but He had an amazing season, but I do think Jaden Daniels they'll give him the rookie of the year just because they always give it to quarterbacks and his team is better right now and this and that. But if you're looking at it from a perspective as of Malik Neighbors is the first Giant to have this amount of yards since Odell Beckham, and Odell Beckham has played with a Hall of Fame quarterback. And Malik
That's the other thing. 4 quarterbacks,
Malik
dude.
Neighbors did it with 4 quarterbacks missing 2 games, and these 4 quarterbacks, like we talked about earlier, are absolute shit.
I think if they really looked into it, Jaden Daniels did have a team. He has a team. Like he can play behind that team. Malik Neighbors played with 4 different quarterbacks. He missed 2 games, and he dominated, dude. Like he was the best part of our season. He was the highlight of our season. Every single game, he was the highlight of that game. There was like touchdown or not, it's the only receiver we throw to. It's the only receiver that catches the ball for us. You know what I'm saying? And that going into that, he got snubbed from the Pro Bowl. Like, if not Offensive Rookie of the Year, Pro Bowl, dude. They put this dude at 3rd string in the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, he's a second-team alternate. So pretty much the only way Malik Neighbors can make the Pro Bowl is if, let's say, one of the top guys from the NFC side go to the Super Bowl, and then he can't go because if you go to the Super Bowl, you can't go to the Pro Bowl. And then whoever's the first-team alternate, they'd have to call him up, ask, hey, you want to go to the Pro Bowl? He'd have to say, no, I'm all right. And then they're gonna have to call up Malik Neighbors and ask him if he wants. That's how he would get it. Like, don't even put him on the list.
He shouldn't even be on first-team alternate, dude. That dude should have been starting this year.
He should have been starting.
I don't even need to bring the points up again.
He had more yards than Terry McLaurin did, and Terry McLaurin has the rookie of the year, like we just talked about at quarterback.
Brock Bowers is probably beating it as we speak, but he did break the rookie receptions.
Yeah, he did.
Record.
He broke Brock Bowers' rookie reception record. Brock Bowers will probably break it. Yeah.
Yeah, Brock Bowers might probably gonna break it, but
no, I honestly hope he doesn't.
It's a big might. It's a big might.
Maybe it's downpouring raining in that game.
It's very close.
Who knows?
It's very close. It's unfortunate that not unfortunate. They're both very good rookies, but it's unfortunate they ended up playing the same season because I feel like rookie Malik Neighbors would have had it if Brock Bowers wasn't in the season, but Brock Bowers is a dog, dude.
Yeah.
There's no stopping that dude.
No, not at all. No. Brock Bowers is amazing, and you can say the same thing about him. I mean, his quarterback situation has been absolutely horrible. Brock Bowers is actually someone that I did so much research on last year. I knew we weren't going to take him. But
that dude was bound to be a dog.
No, he's amazing. Coming out of Georgia, he is an absolute freak. He's good.
Kind of speaking of Pro Bowls, just to bring it up because it's in the franchise and organization. Dexter Lawrence, he made his 3rd consecutive Pro Bowl appearance. He's on the starting defensive roster. Absolutely, hands to him. He absolutely deserved it. Dude did have a hell of a season this year, and
when he got injured, he was leading the league in sacks.
Exactly.
As a defensive tackle, that's just crazy.
Aaron Donald was, I think, the last person to do that, right?
Dexter Lawrence is a freak. We all know this.
Yeah.
We all know this.
So absolutely deserved that third consecutive Pro Bowl appearance.
Was our only player to make it though.
Mm-hmm. I think for the past 2 years now, right?
2 years in a row, Dexter Lawrence was the only Giant to make the Pro Bowl. So once again, Joe Schoen has 0 Pro Bowlers that he has drafted. 0. Like, come on, man. It's just.
And I know Malik Neighbors got snubbed, but still.
No, man. No.
You've had more years to get more players than just Malik Neighbors.
He's had, 3... What has it been, 3 draft classes now?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just off. 2? 3? I think it's 3.
3.
That's awful, man. Taking a look at the Giants' schedule next year. This is our home schedule, by the way. This right here is horrible. Horrible. We were talking about this earlier, I know, but let's just dive into it a little bit more. The Giants this year... What did we get? I think we got 1 home win. It was our last one, right, against the Colts. That was our only home win of the season.
I'm pretty sure.
We're not. I mean, I don't want to be that guy and be negative Nancy, but come on, what game here do you realistically see us winning? I mean, the only way it's like maybe like God for I don't ever wish injury on anybody. But let's just say like maybe Brock Purdy gets injured and the 49ers have to play some backup guy. Like, who knows? I don't know. Even then, it's like McCaffrey's going to be back. They got
that stuff's just realistically not even going to happen.
No, I don't even know who's. Yeah, it's just not good. I don't think anybody on our list here is. It's not going to be an easy game. It's definitely going to be a hard schedule next season. But what do you think about it?
Dude, we're cooked. Like, there's a.
I agree. Man.
I don't know. I don't even know how that schedule is like
Who made this and gave this to us? What?
I
Why?
think it has to go based off of like a.
No, I know,
a
yeah.
certain, it goes.
It
based
changes
off,
every year.
year and 4 years and stuff, and there's different patterns with the scheduling and stuff.
It just sucks how bad we are right now, considering like. If we were a good team and we played those teams, I'd actually be quite excited. I'd be excited.
Somewhat moderate.
I'd actually be excited. Because if we were even a mediocre team, I'd be like, okay, cool. We play all these good teams.
If we even want to get there, we got to have a good offseason.
Yeah, but I was like, we play all these good teams. We could really go out there and show the world how good we are. If we go out there and beat the Chiefs, we go out there and beat the Chargers, we go out there and beat the Niners. Like people would think maybe we could stop all this hate and all this clowning that we've been getting, but we suck. Like, not this year. Maybe if we got it, maybe once we have a, experienced quarterback that's in the system for a couple years and gets it down, we're just not in a good spot. No. I do think it's, we're just trying to be realistic here. I do think it's going to take us a couple of seasons to get to, playoff contention. And obviously, that's a fact. I mean, no one's going to argue that. It could take us 3 years, could take us 4. Who knows? We need just about everything on the roster.
Getting into our last topic of the day, we're going to talk about the draft and the offseason. In the draft, we got the 3rd pick now, so what's the best move? I think the best move is honestly, just like you said, get another cornerback going with that 3rd pick. We got to get the best cornerback in the draft. I think save Jalen Milroe for the 2nd round, but I think we need to target Jalen Milroe in the 2nd round. Obviously, if Cameron Shedeur falls to the 3rd pick, then we got to take them. Jump the gun on that, obviously.
I don't think you trade up. I would love to take one of those guys. And I hate the argument of well, if you're going to take him, why wouldn't you trade up for him? It's just because of where we are. We're at the 3rd pick. What we would have to give up to move up 1 or 2 spots. I could be fine moving up 1 spot if it's only, like we said, for a 2nd round pick. And even that, it's there goes your 2nd round pick. You know what I mean? That sucks. I don't really want to trade up, but I would love for one of those top 2 quarterbacks to fall to us. I feel like that would be awesome. If the Browns, just for whatever reason, decide, you know what, let's say they love Cam, but they don't really like Shedeur. So let's say Cam goes 1 to the Titans. The Browns are like, oh, I don't know. We don't really want to take Shedeur, but we really like this defense. We really like Travis Hunter, or, we really like Will Johnson, or someone like that. And they're like, well, we're just going to stick and pick. We're going to take Will Johnson. And then the Giants could have, Shedeur, or whoever it may be that the Browns like more, the Browns like less. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah. And that's kind of it's kind of on the draft, but I think moving in the offseason, we could we've heard a few things about trading for JJ McCarthy. How do you feel about that?
Honestly,
I don't think we do it.
I don't think it's even gonna happen. I don't think the Vikings are gonna make him available. I think it's all just jibber jabber and shit.
I don't think it's worth it anyways.
If it was, well, the Giants loved McCarthy last year. They took him out to dinner 50 times. They did all this stuff. I just think that, I don't know. I think it would be a mistake. I think taking somebody in the second round. I think we need to get some new talent. Yeah, taking somebody in the second, and not to mention, I know his leg injury wasn't. I don't know. I've read a few things.
I'm not even worried about the injury. I just
it
want
wasn't
some
serious.
talent.
But he just got surgery on his leg, man.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to trade for him. He's gonna have to learn a new offense, and we haven't even seen him. We haven't even seen him yet. We don't even know. You could be trading all this, and I know every quarterback is a risk, but I would hate to just give up all this draft capital to go get McCarthy. Miss out on a top QB. Let's say one does fall, we trade for McCarthy, and they're like, shoot, you know what I mean? We could have had Cam Ward. He fell to us, but now we have McCarthy. It's just a shitty situation to be in. It really is.
Yeah, and I guess moving on to the last player that we could really focus on in the offseason that's currently in the NFL is T. Higgins. T. Higgins is going to free agency.
Yeah.
T. Higgins is a dog, dude.
I think we need to.
If he hits free agency, or if we know he's going to hit free agency, I think we need to invest in that option. Absolutely need to invest in that option.
T. Higgins is going to get $25 million a year, but I do think with us letting go of Daniel Jones, we now have about $60 million in cap for this offseason. We can do that. We can do that and still have
put him next to Malik Neighbors. Oh my goodness, dude! If we get T. Higgins next to Malik Neighbors,
T. Higgins next to Malik Neighbors is basically what Joe Burrow had as a receiver core.
Yeah.
Over in it's pretty similar. Those.
LSU receiver right
amazing.
there. Yeah.
Oh, none of these high free agents are going to want to come to the Giants.
Yeah.
Nobody, because of how bad we've been. All this other stuff that goes with it. Nobody wants to come to the Giants. They know that Joe Schoen...
But that's the thing. If Joe Schoen can build a plan...
Either. They don't like Joe Schoen. Players don't like him. Nobody wants to play for Joe Schoen.
That's the thing. But if Joe Schoen can build a plan and maybe get the chance to talk to some of these players, you know what I'm saying?
We have to
if he could get a
overpay.
good plan,
You have to overpay.
but if Joe Schoen gets a good plan in place and he could talk T. Higgins into it and give him a good pay, then I think it's absolutely possible. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I think that you could say that about every team. If their coach talks to the player and convinces him, like that could be anyone. But I think money talks to these guys. That's the whole reason he's going to leave his brothers. You know what I mean? His friends, his teammates. He's going to leave them for money.
Yeah.
So the only way the Giants get him, in my eyes, maybe the highest bidder is $27 million. Let's say it's the Cleveland Browns are offering him $27. The Giants then need to offer him $28. We need to beat whoever's the highest bid. We just need to offer him the most because he's not going to want to come here if it's not. We have to beat everybody else out. If we're number 2 or number 3 or number 4, we don't even stand a chance. Like, we're not. No one's going to want to come here. We're going to have to overpay for some free agents this offseason. But, some teams have to do that. Some bad teams do that in basketball. Some bad teams do that in the NFL. It just happens all the time. You got to overpay a little bit here and there when you're those teams that aren't good, to get those guys. No one wants to come and play for those shitty teams unless you give them a little bit of extra money. So that's where I stand on that. But I do think there's plenty of guys. T. Higgins is my favorite, though.
T. Higgins is absolutely my favorite. I think if we could talk to him and give him a good, if we could give him some good reasons, I think maybe we could absolutely get him, and that would definitely be a player to invest in the offseason if we can. I would absolutely be fine with paying T. Higgins a lump sum, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, me too. He's a great player.
That dude is
He's got hands that are literally magnets.
That dude is a dog, too. They get a little bit of pressure off Malik, too. They're going to start doubling Malik soon here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If he's the only person doing anything on the offense, and if we do start winning with that, if we do start winning with that, they're going to start doubling Malik. We're going to need to get Malik some help because all he really has is Wan'Dale Robinson. Darius Slayton's a big if next season.
Yeah.
So, there's that. But,
I want to check one thing before we let you guys go. I just want to make sure Brian Daboll is still on the Giants.
He is. I just checked things.
Okay, yeah, he's still in the Giants. All right. Well, all right, guys. I think that's where we're going to end off the video for this week.
I think we need to just... if we get that notification and it says Brian Daboll's fired...
We'll make a
Joe
video.
Schoen's not fired. No, not even that. If we get that, we'll make a video. But if I get the notification that Brian Daboll got fired and Joe Schoen didn't get fired, I'm gonna throw my phone, dude.
Yeah, I'm going to be pretty damn upset, too. I do think, if one of them does deserve to stay, that it is Schoen. Actually, after thinking more about it, I rewatched the podcast back last week. I don't think that anymore, dude. That was a bad take, and I can admit when I had a bad take. I don't think that anymore. Joe Schoen is really the reason why. Joe Schoen makes the picks, the draft picks. Joe Schoen signs the free agents.
Dude, Joe Schoen lost the face.
Yeah, but
our
last
franchise.
week we sat on this show and we talked about how. I don't know. I talked about.
It's just Brian. Brian Daboll could have done things. I think we talked about how Brian Daboll did a very terrible job this season between playmaking and how he went about certain things.
It just, I don't think there's one or the other that's worse. I just think they both just suck, man.
Yeah, they both just made some bad decisions, and it's either they need to.
They're both bad at their job.
If they get the chance, they need to do something to make up for it, or.
Yes.
We need to clean house, dude.
These players don't play for Daboll, you know what I mean? And Schoen is kicking players out the door.
Actually, I think the players do like Daboll a lot.
I don't know.
I've seen multiple players say things about liking Daboll. I just don't
then why am
think
I
Daboll
seeing some players in the field not giving any effort? At all, man. I'm saying any effort. Even today, man, there was a play where Deonte Banks just doesn't even try to tackle this guy.
But did he give effort at all this season? Look at the thing.
No, but that's my point. Players aren't trying. Maybe at the beginning they did.
Players like that. That's just what I'm saying. There's also just players you got to think about it now. They got their millions. They don't really need to give effort every play. And
get those dudes off the Giants.
I know.
Get them off the Giants.
There's players like that on every team. You know what I'm saying? In their head, they got their millions and stuff. They don't really need to go hard.
There's not a single player on the Lions that thinks that way. I guarantee you.
Yeah, because they got a dog of a fucking coach.
That's what we need.
I know. I'm agreeing with you, but
we need to go out there and get Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel.
That would be a move.
That would be amazing. Mike Vrabel's one of those guys when he walks in the room, he's the head coach. He's one of those guys. He really is. I think Mike Vrabel is a dog. We need to go out there and get Mike Vrabel. But all right, guys, I think that's where we're going to end it off. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. like last week. If there's anything we can improve on, just let us know down in the comments. If there's anything you want us to talk about next week episode, let us know down in the comments. And yeah, thank you guys so much.
For Giant Questions, if you guys have Giant question, if you guys have any questions or anything that you want to see on Giant Questions, you could leave them down in the comments, or we'll probably post it on our story again one day this week.
We'll post it on our story.
If you follow us on Instagram at Giant Perspectives, we'll post it on our story. You guys can ask us a few questions. We'll pick the best 2 that we think are pretty good questions for the pod, and then hope to see you guys next week. Appreciate you guys for tuning in, and make sure you like and subscribe. Be safe.